In LA, you know Tacori, the most sought-after designer jewelry in America. Handmade engagement rings and exquisite fashion pieces, always perfect for those moments that matter. If you haven't seen Diamonds Direct's new showroom, this is a fantastic opportunity. It's 50% larger with an expanded selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, plus even more designer rings. And for this event, we're donating proceeds from every purchase to the Tom Coughlin J Fund to help local families tackling childhood cancer. Don't miss the official grand opening of Diamonds Direct's new beautiful showroom. We're rolling out the Tacori blue carpet and looking forward to seeing you. It's this Friday and Saturday at Diamonds Direct off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
When the wild calls, the Kubota RTV X1140 was built to answer. Proven diesel engine, heavy-duty suspension, and traction that grips like a mountain lion. It's all engineered around a roomy 4-seat cab that converts into an extra-long cargo bed, so you can prep for a trophy hunt and haul it home effortlessly. Find yours at your local Kubota dealer. Kubota, shape your world.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road, Jacksonville, and now also in McClenny.
Coastal Equipment.
Wow, your new Liberty gun safe looks incredible. No way a criminal's getting into that. Where'd you get it?
Easy. I went to Liberty Safes of North Florida, where they have 12 months interest-free financing.
Oh, yeah, right there on Blanding. You know, now that we have kids, I probably should have my stuff locked up more securely.
Definitely. Plus, I've got our jewelry, titles, contracts, and photo albums stored safely from fire and criminals.
For expert service and easy financing, visit Liberty Safes of North Florida, a division of Noel's Lock and Safe.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the new fall arrivals from Mizuno. Discover layers of feel with the new MP20 range. The MP20 is the ultimate muscle back. The MP20 MMC uses multi-material construction for legendary feel and performance. And the MP20 HMB is a playable set of hollow, tungsten-enhanced irons for many skill levels. Let us help you get custom fit for free today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. October is birthday month for Zero Res. I can't believe it's been 15 years since my wife and I started this business. I appreciate so much all the loyal and generous customers. To celebrate our 15th birthday, just call and say, "Happy birthday, Zero Res," and we will give you $15 off any cleaning service that you need. That's $15 off tile, carpet, upholstery, area rugs, and granite countertops. $15 off whatever you need cleaned. It's our birthday gift to you. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey gang, Prosser here. You have patio envy? Lifetime Enclosures can take care of it. They got the cure. I know my folks got some Lifetime Enclosure work done on their place. They love it. Happy with both the craftsmanship and the quality. From patio extensions to lanai conversions, sunrooms, screen enclosures, make Lifetime Enclosures your outdoor living choice. Visit them at Lifetime Enclosures just south of Bay Meadows on Phillip. Set up a free estimate. Could receive up to 20% off of qualifying purchases as well. And while you're there, take the short walk to Lifetime Flooring and check them out as well. Open house this Saturday, so stop and see them at Lifetime Enclosures.
Pet Paradise is a comprehensive pet care provider offering boarding, day camp, grooming, and veterinary services. Pet Paradise has state-of-the-art resorts that offer safe, clean, and fun environment for four-legged guests and peace of mind for their owners. Pet Paradise has 5 North Florida locations, including one at the Jacksonville Airport. It's open 24/7. Visit them today, petparadise.com. Pet Paradise is the official pet service provider for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I don't think we're looking outside to fill that void immediately. We're looking really potentially outside for guys that would come in and bring maybe veteran depth, but not to come in and play. You know, I think we've got the expectation that we can fill the starting spot from within our building, and that's the plan that we do have. But, you know, we're continuing to kind of look at, all right, what are those things around the league? What does it look like? And we'll always explore those options.
Or maybe not. Sean McVay talking on Monday and dealing with some injuries and such with his Los Angeles Rams. They make a trade for Jalen Ramsey, 2 first-round picks, and a 4th in 2021.
So it's a first rounder this year and next year, 20 and 21.
Yeah, the other narrative going around obviously is, this is Tom Coughlin's fault, and we've discussed that a few times. I saw Michael Strahan tweet yesterday, well, it happened. Kudos to my guy, Tom Coughlin, for waiting it out and getting a good deal. Be Hall of Famer Michael Strahan. Whether it's a good deal or not, time will tell. They have to obviously make the right choices, et cetera, so we shall see. But I do have a hard time understanding, and I mean, I think I'm clearly biased here with Coughlin. He is, I love the guy. He's a great guy. He's built this franchise.
Not to mention everything he's done for this community.
Twice. So that aside, just from a football, if you're a Jag fan and you want to win, listen, he came back and they went to the AFC Championship game. I don't get the whole narrative. And what I always get is, well, then he signed Bortles. Okay. It was a mistake. It happened. Then he fixed it. Went and got Nick Foles and drafted Gardner Minshew, trying to fix the quarterback position. Nobody's perfect. Holy cow, man. The out-of-touch thing, though, at what age do you officially become out of touch? I was just curious because now he's out of touch with today's player a year after going to the AFC Championship game. So when did that exactly happen? Does that happen at, the age of 72 and 6 months? That's exactly where you become out of touch? I'm just curious. Seems like trying to get an understanding on that one. So, but yeah, so the Jaguars make the deal. Jalen Ramsey's off to L.A. He's expected to play. We go back and look at the Jalen Ramsey history here, and it was, an interesting ride, so to speak. I mean, an interesting ride throughout his time here. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, a ride that now will take him to Los Angeles to play for the Rams. A perfect location. The city of narcissism is perfect for maybe the biggest narcissist to ever put on a uniform for the Jags.
If you want to chime in, give us a call, 641-1010. If you want to talk right now, we're also checking out the 1010XL text line built by Lifetime Enclosures. So the Jaguars do have a ton of draft picks here over the next 2 seasons. So
I was looking
and
at.
They do have some young talent too that Tom Coughlin and Dave Caldwell have compiled. DJ Chark comes to mind, and of course some free agents as well, and Jawan Taylor playing at right tackle, and Cam Robinson playing at left tackle, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway. We'll see.
I was looking, it's interesting, a guy who might fall around that Rams pick, and there's a long way to go, but I just had to hit a mock draft a little bit now that we've got a little extra equity. C.J. Henderson of the Gators is the type of level of talent at corner.
Yeah.
If you use a first-round pick on that position, and they may not. They may like their young corners. I mean, Trey Herndon hadn't played much football. The assumption is he gets better as you go along.
No more Gators, no more Seminoles.
Yeah, neither one, huh? Had enough of both of them.
Oh, gosh. They do have the 2 first-round picks next year, 2 first-round picks a year after that. From Josh Allen to Taven Bryan to Leonard Fournette to Jalen Ramsey. It is a very, very unique story in that Bortles, Fowler, and Ramsey are all now in L.A. together.
That's different.
That's so funny.
That's different.
Golly, that is crazy. So we shall see what happens. The Jags do go to Cincinnati on Sunday and very much in need of a victory, and have to try to climb back into this thing here and play some important football in November and December.
If A.J. Green plays, he'll probably be happy the Jags traded Ramsey.
Yeah.
Based on their last meeting here at the stadium. All right, 6-4-1.
Although the Bengals play the Rams in 2 weeks.
Oh, that would be even better.
So,
good.
Yeah.
Go Bengals. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Well, we need that. Do you want that pick to move up as one? This is something interesting. A couple notes here from the deal. The Jags got a better deal with the Rams for Jalen Ramsey than the Raiders did for Khalil Mack. Now, I'm not sure we should use the Raiders as the beacon for how to do a deal, but I think if you get 3 good years out of a player, who you know is not going to resign with you, and you can turn it into 2 first-rounders, I think that's a job well done. I don't think you got, bamboozled in any way. And as to Jalen's impact, once the trade was announced, Vegas yawned. The Rams went from 25-1 to win the NFC to 20-1 to win the NFC for what it's worth. So, we'll see what the impact and the and the trade-off is for the Rams this year, because obviously this is a this-year move for them. They've got cap issues. Do you think Ramsey is with the Rams for his next contract?
No.
You don't? You just think this is a rental?
2 years.
He'll go into free agency?
I shouldn't say that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, they paid a lot of different guys, but we'll see.
All right,
we'll
let's
see.
take a couple calls.
All right, let's do it.
641-1010. The CPR contracting. If your franchise is crumbling and it's made of concrete, CPR contracting can take care of you and how at CPRcontracting.com. All right, let's go to Ron to kick things off. Hello, Ron.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, kudos to what Jeff said about karma with him. It will catch up with you.
I think so.
All right. And there's a guy, and I'm an old school guy, but there was a guy that played cornerback for the Jets named Johnny Sample.
I remember Johnny Sample. He got knocked out in the Super Bowl, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was a big trash talker.
Uh-huh.
Look what happened to him.
My man. Thank you, Ron. My man just went to the 1969 Super Bowl.
That is old school. He said he was old school.
He did, and brought up Johnny Sample, who, he was talking before, I guess, the Super Bowl. Of course, Namath was talking too. So, but Johnny Sample, I think he got knocked out in that
He's
game.
a Jet, right, Johnny Sample?
Yes.
So he was on the winning side. I don't know how much karma gave. He
Yeah.
also got a Super Bowl ring. 641-1010. Let's go to T next. Hello, T. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, gentlemen. I'm just asking questions this morning because we got 2 second-round picks and, first-round picks, but basically they're going to be second-round picks, and we haven't shown that we know how to draft very well.
Why do you think they're going to be second-round picks? What do you see? I don't understand that.
I'm saying because the Rams probably are going to be better with Jalen Ramsey, and they're going to be a playoff team.
Okay.
Which means we get late-round picks.
Okay.
Then the front office has shown that he cannot retain his first-round picks. He's picked players, re-signed guys. They don't stay here. I mean, it's really a real problem, and I mean, this is something that needs to be solved. I don't think this solves the problem. I think this complicates it, and I think we need to do something about it.
What would you have done differently with Jalen?
What I would have done is gotten a tight end, because we obviously need to do something about the tight end.
Oh,
we
okay,
need to try to figure out some other issues. I would have gotten another corner that can play similar to what he had. I'm just being honest. I don't understand what they're doing.
Well, okay. I think.
Thank you for the call.
And in fairness now, regardless of how you personally feel about this guy or the next, front office or player, the proof is in the pudding. If the front office had been doing an outstanding job, we would have one winning season in the last 11, 12 years.
Right.
So for anyone out there that's got concerns about the front office, I hear you. They're well earned.
He's saying he would have traded for players instead of draft picks, which is harder to do.
I think you're undervaluing the 22nd pick in the draft. I mean, the Rams aren't going to be picking 29th or 30th. They're a franchise and it's going the wrong way. They peaked last year.
Well, they got a little Super Bowl hangover.
And they're not going to. So this year, there's not going to be the 29th pick. It's going to be the 22nd pick. And then next year could be even higher, depending on how the Jared Goff, evolution continues. Brian is next. Hello, Brian.
And I do think, before Brian goes, I do think that the fans want to see the front office, make sure that, we are spending money. Trying to win.
Sure, and on the right people, because it's fair. Look, the one thing that really stands out here is the albatross. And I know Tom was with us in the studio last year and said, what else would you do? And hindsight's always 20/20, but you're paid the big bucks to develop franchises by having the hindsight before it happens. And it was just not you did not have to extend them. You could have picked up the option and see how it played out.
Who are you talking about?
About Bortles. It was the extension that really was that was a glaring mistake because of the money. That's $16.5 million this year.
It's 1 year though.
But it's still $16.5 million that may be yawn.
It's 1 year. It's this year.
You're spending.
We know it was a mistake.
Yeah, any year.
Move on. How long are we going to say that?
Well, because we're going to say it because a question about the front office came up, and that to me is the most glaring example.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. 641-1010. Brian is next. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Brian?
You know, I'm with you on this, Jeff. I think getting rid of Ramsey saved the franchise because, number one, paying a corner the kind of money that Ramsey's going to want, I just don't see where that's beneficial for a team that has a makeup like the Jags. We need help on offensive line. We need help at tight end. There's so many other positions that this team needs help on, and you can do with not having a superstar corner over having an offensive line. I mean, offensive line isn't that great. So, I mean, I'm glad the guy's gone. I really haven't weighed in on it. He was a terrific player, but man, just the stuff off the field, it got old, and I'm glad to see him gone finally. Now we can move on, and I think it's a good position to be in.
Well, I do think that we're minimizing here just a little bit the power of 2 first-round draft picks. That's a good pull, I think. I mean, I think the Jags did the way they handled it was about as best they could. They were put in an incredibly difficult situation. Sure, we could go now back in time and redo some things a different way as to how the whole situation developed.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jags were dealing, the front office now, keep this in mind, we're dealing with a very disingenuous individual. A guy who would say one thing and do the opposite. A guy who quit on his team. A guy who faked an injury not to play. A guy whose social media presence was not team friendly. So they were dealing with a difficult situation. And, to get to, we've seen better players, or good players, snatch a 3rd and 5th round pick because of the way the situation is. So the Jags were the player that the whole league knows is demanding his way out. To get 2 firsts and a 4th for that, I think we shouldn't minimize that was good by the front office, I think, considering what they were dealt. All right, more of your phone calls. We'll take a break. It's CPR Contracting Wednesday here on The Drill.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Winning teams usually have a strong defense. Scoop and score! Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game.
Leader on this defense from day one.
Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Hi, this is Dale Murray, and we're throwing the flag on those big city dealers charging those big city prices. Come see why everybody's driving the distance to Murray Superstores. If we don't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Our starting All-American lineup wins every time. Plus, our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty on all new and qualified used vehicles puts the blitz on the competition. And we'll trade anything from wore-out bed sheets to football cleats. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Laser hair removal is not just for women. I don't know if you think that, but if you do, just get that right out of your head because it is for everyone. We all have embarrassing, unwanted hair, and we all want to get rid of it, right? Well, it's Client Appreciation Month at Ideal Image Med Spa, and they're celebrating by giving you up to 70% off laser hair removal. Their simple treatments will destroy hair follicles in a matter of minutes. You're going to save time, money, save yourself from a lifetime of shaving. Their medical and nursing professionals have mastered the process of laser hair removal and stand behind it as one of the best ways to get rid of that hair for good. Ideal Image Med Spa. They've performed over 6 million laser hair removal treatments nationwide. Call now. It's a complimentary private consultation. 904-652-0652. That's 904-652-0652. Located at the Markets at Town Center, US 17, just south of Orange Park on Fleming Island, and St. Augustine in Diane's Marketplace. Medical Director, Dr. Holly Hickman. Check them out at idealimage.com.
Here's a quick tip from your fast file bankruptcy expert, Don Dufresne with the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. Did you know the U.S. Bankruptcy Court has a new program to help borrowers navigate student loan repayments and possibly reduce thousands in interest? If you have student loan debt and are considering bankruptcy, contact the law offices of Parker & Dufresne. For more quick tips, visit jackslawcenter.com. Relief, restore, renew. Offices, Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Chris Swanson. When your sports injuries flare up, come where athletes are treated like pros. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
This is Verlin Dormany, head coach and athletic director of Trinity Christian Academy. We're proud of our relationship with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Take it from us at Trinity Christian. When you need orthopedic care, call on Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
relieve pain, and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Oh, guys, no better time to get into the action than right now at mybookie.ag. Look, the football season is trucking along, not to mention October baseball. That's right. You've got ALCS Game 4 tonight, Astros and Yankees. Thursday night NFL action, Chiefs laying 3.5 in Denver. And, of course, the Jags laying 3.5 on the road at the Bengals on Sunday. But first things first, you got to head over to mybookie.ag. They're the best in the business. When you win your money, you get your money when you want it. Look, you can even bet games after kickoff, parlay your picks, score a huge profit on a small investment. You can do it all at mybookie.ag. And if you go now, sign up for a new account, make your first deposit, use the promo code RADIO. They'll match that deposit up to $1,000. That's free money for you to wager on your favorite teams. Come on, come play with me at mybookie.ag, where you play, you win, you get paid.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about buying better quality diamonds, but is there any way to start with a smaller diamond and use it to trade up to a larger diamond later on?
Frank, it's interesting you'd ask that because our founder, H.F. Underwood, popularized growing your diamond here in Jacksonville about 50 years ago, and it's something we still do today. When a customer buys an Underwood engagement ring or solitaire diamond pendant or a pair of ear studs, we guarantee they get the price they paid for it on the purchase of any larger diamond. Now, a lot of stores would say, big deal. We do that too, but here's the Underwood difference. We guarantee you get what you paid when you trade in your Underwood diamond, even if you're trading up by only $1. It's not that you have to trade up 2 for 1 like most jewelers ask. There have been literally thousands of people in the Jacksonville area who have taken advantage of our policy, and Underwood still grows a lot of diamonds for a lot of people.
Underwood, serving excellence since 1928. In San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Are you looking for a company to take care of all your truck and van fleet needs? It's Catlin. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from ladder racks to laptop stands, van shelving, strobe lights, and seat covers, from the cam locker toolbox to Lear truck caps. At Catlin, we can take care of all your fleet needs. We don't sell trucks, but we outfit them every day. Quality counts at Catlin for 100 years.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
If the moments of sexual intimacy with your partner are memories of the past, take note. ED isn't an inevitable part of aging. The urologists of the McKeever Clinic can get you back to feeling like your normal self again. Generic forms of Viagra and Cialis are now available directly at McKeever. Your McKeever doctor will decide if this alternative is right for you, and you can go home the same day with the prescription. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urological care since 1921.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Listen up, Jacksonville. Beaver Chevrolet is expanding and looking for the best of the best to join our family. Maintain your work-life balance, enjoy a positive atmosphere, and earn industry-leading pay. Our WOW opening of the month is for experienced mechanics. How about a $10,000 signing bonus? That's right, experienced technicians can take advantage of a $10,000 signing bonus. If you're ready to join the team, call General Manager Brett Morgan at 904-245-1422 or just stop by Beaver Chevrolet.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Best Bet. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Well, the saga is finally over as news was released yesterday that Jalen Ramsey has been traded to the LA Rams. The Rams recently lost corner Aqib Talib to injury and traded another corner Marcus Peters to the Ravens. This began the stir of talk for trade. The Jags will receive 2 first-round picks in 2020 and 2021 and a 4th-round pick in 2021 for Ramsey. The Rams now hold 3 consecutive first-round draft picks by the Jags: Blake Bortles, Dante Fowler Jr., and Jalen Ramsey. And just 6 days after the Cardinals rolled over the Braves 13-1, they have now been swept by the Nationals and eliminated from the postseason. Washington outscored St. Louis 20-6 in the series. They now move on to the World Series and will play the winner of the Yankees and Astros. At 73 degrees at 8:01, time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Crank it up, 801. Good morning, Jacksonville.
Should have had a career in music.
Voice like an angel.
In August of 2018, GQ magazine published a piece on Jalen Ramsey, criticized many quarterbacks. Josh Allen was trash. Matt Ryan is overrated, a product of Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. Jared Goff was average to above average. Well, at least he was above average. Ben Roethlisberger, decent at best. Andrew Luck wasn't that good. Some of the guys that he called out in that GQ magazine, which was a little disrespectful to me.
He was something else, Jim.
Yeah.
I give him credit for that. That guy he left his mark.
November of 2018 said he wanted to play his entire career in Jacksonville. Said multiple times over and over and over and over and over and over and over again that I want to play for one team my whole career.
That team, Team Dollar.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, he was annoyed at Coughlin's State of the Franchise presentation, where not name by name, Tom Coughlin said, it's not about rights and privileges, it's about obligations and responsibility. And the question is, can we count on you?
I don't understand the portion of the fan base that takes such offense at that. Don't you want all your guys there?
Sure you do, but it was voluntary.
I know it was voluntary, but it's not like he said, it's not like he said, or you can get out, or you're not going to, put a little pressure. Apply a little pressure on your guys to come together. That's what you do as a leader. I've seen that characterized as if it was just some huge misstep. I didn't think that it was, but
Ramsey responded, fully aware and voluntary, meaning I don't have to be there, but they know the exact reasons I am not. My teammates know it's all love and know I'll be ready when it's time.
And then I believe the next day the picture came from Houston where he was working with Tayshaun Gibson.
Wasn't time these last 3 weeks for sure. In June, Ramsey said in his news conference during mandatory minicamp, the Jaguars told him they would not be giving him a contract extension. An hour later, Ramsey jokes on social media that he's going to ask for so much money they're going to have to put him on layaway. Jags pick up Ramsey's fifth-year option, which means he would make $13.7 million next year. Month after that, he reported a training camp in an armored truck with HaHa Davis. Y'all know what time it is. A man so good they're fixing to give him his own jail.
Just trying to get this money.
Jalen Towers, because these receivers are on 24-hour
At the time, that
lockdown.
was fun, by the way.
Yeah.
Not really a problem now. In hindsight, it's not a real good look.
Yeah. In August, Ramsey said his ideal playing situation would be Nashville, Tennessee, or Vegas if he were not with the Jaguars. And then in September, he got in the altercation with Marone because ultimately, think about this, Marone didn't challenge a 3-yard completion. A 3-yard completion.
Well, and Jalen's gone because he didn't challenge Jalen either. Mm-hmm. Who knows if Doug Marone just ends that where it started, sends him to the locker room for insubordination or whatever you want to classify it as, then maybe things get sorted out. But, as it turns out, last game he played as a Jag.
Yeah, he wasn't going to play again. And I fully expect that if he hadn't been traded last night, that today he would be limited to get a practice.
Yeah.
And we would be going through a lot of the same things that we've been going through here over the last 3 weeks.
Well, that makes sense based on what we've seen.
Mm-hmm. At the end of September, the Jaguars announced Ramsey not expected to practice because of a back injury. Marone says before noon he doesn't know when Ramsey got hurt. 3 hours later, the team released a statement that Ramsey actually told the trainers about his back during the fourth quarter of the game against the Titans. Schefter said it was far-fetched. He would play in the Jags' next game. League source says the team expected Ramsey to play. Then he went off for the birth of his daughter, made the trip to Denver, didn't play, missed the game with Carolina, went to Houston, said he's still experiencing symptoms. With back tightness, I'm sure a lot of guys have back tightness, but when you start to get back spasms, it starts to lock up on you. Even sometimes feels like, I guess, a stinger or a tingling sensation in your back. that's when you have to be super careful with it and cautious, Ramsey said.
He was super careful and cautious.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what he says when he meets the media in Los Angeles, and if that happens today, which I would assume it would.
Good question from the text line built by Lifetime Enclosures. Dan, maybe you can answer this being a media mogul and a bit of a celebrity yourself.
Thank you.
Do they show hella love at the LA restaurants?
They might.
Depends which ones you're at. But yes, he won't be as much of a celeb.
Got hella love at the In-N-Out.
Yes, he did. He won't get as much hella love in L.A.
No, you know why? Because he'll be who in L.A.?
Yeah.
I got news for you. It's the city of narcissism, and the narcissist out there.
He'll fit right in.
Oh, they'll even dwarf Jalen Ramsey's sense of me.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Jalen, this just in, bro. There are about 3 people in L.A. sports that matter, Hick.
Yeah.
And serious.
Yeah.
And one of them's retired, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
But if you're not Clayton Kershaw or LeBron James, maybe Kawhi now that he's there, although when you go to the stepsister Clippers, he may not even crack the realm. Jalen Ramsey will be anonymous in L.A. He'll scream for the mountaintops. He'll immediately knock on LeBron James' door and try and get in his posse. I guarantee you I'll make that prediction. So next year when LeBron's screaming, Taco Tuesdays and smoking cigars, number 20 is going to try his damnedest to be sitting at that picnic table. That's coming. So, I think the Jags, given what Jalen Ramsey presented to them, did about as good as they could do.
Yeah, I would seem so. Our drill poll question of the day presented by Lockett Law DUI and Criminal Defense. Know before you blow. Call Lee Lockett 858-9818. What do you think of the Ramsey to Rams deal? And more than 1,200 votes. Love it. 2 first-rounders, 56%. Shouldn't have traded him, 7%. Needed to get more, 6%. 30% say enjoy those higher taxes in California, Jalen. So,
By the way, you can't get more than what they got.
Yeah.
There are some disappointed fan bases this morning in the NFC. The Eagles in particular.
Yeah.
Eagle fan wanted Jalen Ramsey.
Yes.
Who has the better record at the end of the year, the Eagles or the Rams?
Are they both 3-3?
Yeah. I think the Eagles will. Their division is much easier than the Rams division.
Yeah.
And the Rams are playing a first-place schedule. The Eagles aren't. So if you're the Jags, you did the right thing. You traded him to the NFC because the Chiefs on this side were the ones most likely, or maybe the Ravens who ended up getting Marcus Peters from the Rams.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal him to the AFC.
Yeah.
I'm coming down the stretch, looking for a wild card berth maybe or win the division. I don't need that.
Yeah.
So, trading him to an NFC team as far away as possible and getting 3 draft picks in return, including 2 first-rounders.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you the average that Rams pick is going to be low 20s. I mean, the Rams, this is quick. Todd Gurley's done.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams, Jared Goff is regressing. Next year, the Rams could be 7-9.
Yeah, Todd Gurley not playing is a problem, and Goff has become pedestrian, and that's an issue. So how the Rams play will determine where the pick is, and it's much like with the Dolphins and the Steelers trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Certainly the Dolphins are rooting for the Steelers to lose a lot of football games.
Yeah.
And so that'll be something that's certainly worth watching over the next few weeks.
Yeah. And
Can the Falcons do us a solid?
I don't know. They're so weird. They lose the ones they should. Well, they don't beat. Well, their only win is at home against Philly.
Yeah.
So at home against a team they're not supposed to beat, maybe they could.
Yeah. Yeah. Be fun if Julio had a big day.
Yeah. I think it's fair for Jaguar Nation to root against Jalen Ramsey. He just mooned the fan base, Dan.
A little bit.
He just stuck his middle finger out at everyone, from Shad Khan to the guy who's got season tickets in section 400. I'm better than you. Bleep you. Mm-hmm. It's okay for people not to like that. Hick, it's amazing. But in my experience, in my life, typically people don't like people who talk about themselves all the time. I don't care where you work. I don't care who you are. People typically recoil from somebody who brags on themselves all the time. Mm-hmm. That person in life and society generally disliked. Well, nobody will tell you how great they are more quickly than Jalen Ramsey. So don't feel bad, gang. Root for him to get torched 10 times this weekend.
Well, In a perfect world, Jalen Ramsey would be on this football team playing good football for the Jaguars and helping this defense play like it did 1 week ago. It became a toxic deal. He was not going to play again for him. He found every excuse in the book to not play for him. It didn't look like that was going to change despite what everyone else thought. And in the end, Jalen Ramsey got his wish, and he goes to the L.A. Rams. I wonder, listen, it's a different world now. You don't like your team, you take your ball and go home. Do you force trades? Is this going to be the next issue that we're dealing with? Because it's going to happen again, and I suspect it'll probably happen this year. I don't know.
Yeah, not necessarily with the Jaguars. You just mean league-wide.
Yeah.
You have to be a special kind of player and jerk to do that, Dan.
Yeah.
Most players don't. I mean, let's really revisit the player who has done that.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Maybe Mac did to a degree. He seems like a pretty but he didn't do it like this. He did it. There's a time and place to do this too, Dan. You do it in the off season.
Yeah.
Only the most selfish jerk in history does it 3 games into the year.
Yeah.
So I mean, Jalen is just completely wrong.
Yeah.
100% wrong. And anyone who thinks he's right is also wrong. And if you don't recognize that, then fine. I don't care. Be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jags do go to Cincinnati. It's an important game for them. Obviously, at 2-4, they got to find a way to get a victory here on Sunday against the winless Bengals. And if you don't beat the Bengals, then you know what? That's all she wrote. I mean, you ain't coming back from 2-5. You're not. I wonder what Doug Marrone will say about Jalen Ramsey at his press conference today. That'll be interesting. I suppose he'll probably toe the line here like he has the entire time. And obviously he wanted him. Now that he doesn't have him, can he take the gloves off and go, oh, man, thank God. That guy was killing our locker room. I hated him. I wanted to kill him that day in Houston, blah, blah, blah. No, he's not going to say
and by the way, here's another faulty. Gosh, I'd always taken such great pride, Dan, in the sports IQ of our audience, of the Guggen Nation, our listening audience. And it's just getting chipped away with every text that I read. Some of the stupidest stuff I've ever heard. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to repeat the stupidity, but I mean, this. Here's hoping they can restock some serious talent. They also, I said this earlier too, and also now $100 million you were going to have to give to a guy that you are free to give in other plares.
It's funny because I love reading the reactions to the trade. Like some people think the Jaguars, didn't do well. Some people think the Rams. But Andrew Brandt, the Rams have clearly become a win-now team, which is what we said earlier. The problem is, of course, if they don't win now and are where no one wants to be mediocrity with oversized contracts and without first-round draft picks. Because they have no first-round draft picks now.
And salary cap issues.
For a long time, and they're paying a lot of their players a lot of money, or a few of their players a lot of money.
Yeah, I got a text this morning that it has the exact peril that their salary cap situation is in.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a lot of guys there do a lot of money. But it's, you know what, and again, this will kill Jalen to know. It won't have a damn thing to do with him whether the Rams succeed or fail. It's about Jared Goff.
Right.
What happens to Jared Goff? I mean, he made a step up last year that made him look like a franchise quarterback. Is he? Because if he's not, then they're going to just, struggle a little bit.
And he's struggling this year, as we've chronicled throughout the early part of the season. And I think part of the reason why he's struggling is because they don't have a running game. And we don't have a running game.
And Todd Gurley, by the way, here's another thing, too. You got the best years of Jalen Ramsey. He might have another couple. I mean, physically, right? Yeah. I mean, he was at his peak here. He was a good player, great player. They had a playoff season with him. But another thing, too, I said before, and again, I don't like to keep this nonsensical war within the franchise going where you have to back either the player or the front office. But, when it comes to Tom Coughlin and his impact, that 2017 team, it wasn't Jalen Ramsey's evolving that led them to be as great as they were. He played a big part. It was going and signing Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
Right?
Defensive player of the year.
It was getting A.J. Boye.
Yeah.
And having him. I mean, that was a lot to do with it, too. Maybe not exclusively, but a part of it. Again, to have this dumped in your lap, I think the Jaguars extracted as much value they could as they could. I mean, the whole league knows that he wants out. That immediately stunts you. I think by taking their time, and not panicking and doing it right away or getting angry, just letting it settle, playing Jalen's nonsensical game of fake injuries and tummy aches. Yeah. They didn't fall for the bait. They sat back, and at the end of the day, to get 3 players, 2 of them first-rounders for one, or the assets to turn those into something else, I think is about as good as you could have hoped for.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what's trending on Twitter. Want to?
Yes, I do.
It's the Tap 5 at 8. Visit brewswithaz.beer.
Steve Beauty.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me.
Number 5.
Number 5, guys. Dan, I know you always like these feel-good tales when they come across the desk, so I like to share them with you when I find one. In this case, I'm sure it's something that's happened to all of us at some point. You've lost your phone or your wallet. You panic, you go back, and it's gone, right? Mm-hmm. And you're in an absolute state. And it's good to know that at least in some occasions, there are still good Samaritans out there that will do the right thing. A Twitter user, Tim Cameron, said he lost his wallet on his way home from work. He said he didn't have much identifying information in there. The one thing he did have was his bank card. And the bank allows you to include an 18-character notation with each fiscal transfer. So the Good Samaritan who found his wallet transferred 1 cent 4 times to include a message about finding his wallet and please to contact me so I could get it back to you.
Yeah, I would like to think that anyone who found someone else's wallet would do everything they can to get it back.
You would like to,
right?
But
I would. I've had
Number 4.
And again, this is where the narrative doesn't match the reality. Anytime I've had something, almost every time I've had something like that happen, it's been returned. There have been many times where,
right?
I knew where I lost something and somebody didn't do the right thing, the nice thing. So
it's good to know that.
That happens 90% of the time. People are good and right, and they do the right thing.
Number 4.
Number 4, guys. Yesterday, if you missed it, I don't know if you were locked in. I'm sure it was wall-to-wall coverage on, ESPN or Fox Sports 1, as yesterday the XFL draft went underway.
Yes.
Lots
some great ones. Landry Jones, Aaron Murray.
Cardale Jones. Apparently the actual broadcast of the draft, if that's what you want to call it, was just a disaster. Mm-hmm. It was a nightmare. It was like a live stream of a computer desktop with a speakerphone.
Excellent.
Announcing, this is official. They even took an hour for lunch in the middle of it. Just stopped the draft.
We got to eat.
Took lunch during the 7-hour draft of the XFL. But it's here, guys, and it's spectacular.
No.
Number 3.
No, they say they're not going to be a developmental league, so look for a lot of that fringe, drafted 5-6 years ago in the league and currently out of the league. Gators running back Matt Jones, Christian Michael. That level of player I saw was also scooped up yesterday.
So look for it to die on the vine.
Like a Jag who would fit that would be like Denard Robinson or Matt Jones if he still wanted to play football, which he doesn't. But that's the kind of talent that probably they're going to have for the most part. I will say they do have one thing that the NFL could be envious of. They got Bob Stoops as a head coach in the league. They got pretty good coaches. There's some pretty good experience at the coaching spot, but we'll save the rest of our XFL conversation where, like clockwork, I will somehow pump the league up and Dan will poo-poo it. Look forward to that next February. We're like clockwork on that one, friend. That's one we've stayed true to.
And then it folds.
And then
I pound my chest.
And I say, well, it's not like I love the league.
Excited. Dan's excited about the Dallas Defenders. Jeff, who'd you want up for the Tampa Vipers?
I will continue to say that football has become so ever prevailing that if somebody could do it right, then an off-season league could work. But
Number 3.
Number 3, guys. Keeping it rolling. On Monday's edition of Wheel of Fortune, they had a Googa down there named Blair, and Blair during when Pat goes around the horn and intros the contestants, he asked Blair what seemed like a pretty innocuous question, and Blair kept it 100.
Blair Davis, Cardiff, California, owned the trucking business, it says here.
Small trucking business in San Diego.
Good for you. And talk about your family.
I've been trapped in a loveless marriage for the last 12 years to an old battle axe named Kim. She cursed my life with 3 stepchildren named Star, RJ, and Ryan, and I have 1 rotten grandson.
Damn, son.
Blair!
Wow.
Now, Blair.
A battle axe of a wife.
Now, Sajak did follow up. Blair was being facetious.
No wonder you came here. You just wanted to get away from everybody. I know you're being facetious.
Absolutely. I love them like nobody's business.
Yeah, that's clearly
trapped in a loveless marriage.
That's a family with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And everyone that was referenced by Dad there was probably peeing their pants
Crying.
laughing as he did it. So, love it. Love that.
I've been trapped in a loveless marriage for the last 12 years.
I like to an old battle axe of a wife, Kim.
My God.
I have 3
Blair.
miserable stepchildren and a grandchild I can't stand.
Blair's got a beard down to the middle of his chest. He looks like the kind of guy you'd like to hang out with.
Number 2.
I love that.
Oh, number 2, guys. I always like it when this happens, when this time of year comes around, as you guys will go through the list and you can say yay or nay. We're here finally. We've got the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to vote.
I'm so like non-musical. It's
Now, remember,
silly for me to weigh in here, but
This is a chunk of artists. They'll be voted on and pared down. Then the inductees will be announced in January and inducted in a ceremony in May.
All right.
Okay.
But without further ado, I'll first go to the first timers on the list, including the Dave Matthews Band.
Yes.
yes,
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
yes. So you know what strikes me every year when we do this? It's all the finalists always to me are like, well, gosh, they should have been in forever ago, and then somebody I don't know or appreciate goes in. It's weird.
Also, on the ballot, the Doobie Brothers.
Yes.
How are they not in?
I don't know. Motorhead.
I feel like Making Love.
Motorhead, very,
I don't know that.
I don't
very
know enough about
influential in the heavy metal genre.
Yeah, I don't know
Very
enough.
pioneering.
I got
in
no
that genre.
problem. Motorhead, go on in. Bring the heroin.
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden, I don't know.
I'd say yes.
Is that
but
the
that's
one
me.
from Gainesville or no?
No.
We're gonna end up saying yes to about every one of them.
T-Rex.
No.
Thin Lizzy.
1 song, 2 songs.
Pat Benatar.
Yes.
Pat Benatar should be in.
Whitney Houston.
Absolutely.
The
Is she
Notorious.
rock and roll though, or I guess any music?
I guess it's just
Then Whitney should be in.
the Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
Why not?
All on there for the first time. Also appearing for their multiple times, been on the ballot before, including Rufus and Shaka Khan, Nine Inch Nails, Depeche Mode, among others.
I really, you can put any and all of those in for me, but I can't comment on that. That'd be like me deciding who's going in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Just waiting for Dan. Gotta get Danny in there.
I gotta get this in from
Danny in the Hilltops.
I gotta get this in from the text line. This is awesome. Are you ready? Since we have 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years, should we devote more time determining what the Rams will need in 4 to 5 years before we draft? And that's playing off the fact that they now have 3 years in a row of first-round picks: Bortles, Fowler, and Ramsey.
Aha.
Number 1.
And number 1, outside of JR, I guess, and now there's just, the lonesome Seattle Mariners after last night.
Hudson has the sign out from Gomes coming set. Looks like they want to go in. Here's the kick now. The pitch, fastball, is hit in the air to left center field. Robles calling for it. He's under it waiting, and he makes the catch! He makes the catch! Bang! Zoom down the fireworks! A National League championship winning Curly W is in the box!
Well, the Cardinals got a little bit of their own treatment.
Boy, did they.
The Nats scored 7 in the first, and that game was over. Unlike the Braves, the Cardinals actually tried to fight back, and they got into a situation late in the game, down 3 with a couple of runners on. But as the Nats pitching has done all series, they shut them down. So Nats are going to be a tough out in the World Series for either team. They've got an underrated lineup, and they've got great starting pitching. Again, can you get to their bullpen? If you can, you'll win the series. If you can't, the Nats may very well win. And I have this too. Let me give us Shazam Spotlight off of that. That's what's trending. And then there was one, Dan. Mm-hmm. Only one team in Major League Baseball, now that the Washington Nationals have won their way into the World Series, there's only one team in all of Major League Baseball that's never been to a World Series.
That's right.
You know that team, of course.
I do.
And for those out there in the listening audience, that team is the Seattle Mariners.
Shazam!
So it's down to just the Mariners. We'll have to wait now and see if it's the Astros or the Yankees who face Washington. The Astros did beat the Yankees yesterday behind Garrett Cole, who was in some ways more amazing yesterday because he kept getting in trouble and kept pitching his way out of it. It was, fantastic escape jobs yesterday for him as well. So it's the Washington Nats on to the World Series. And the Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by Shazam Auto, is that they are now just a one team that's never been to the World Series. We'll be back with more on a CPR Contracting Wednesday next here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Georgia looks to rebound, hosting Kentucky, our college football game of the week. Brought to you by Community First Credit Union and Sonny's Barbecue. Our coverage begins at 7 o'clock on 92.5 FM.
The Florida State Seminole Report, brought to you by Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride.
It was as ugly as most predicted. Clemson led 28-0 at the half. The Noles did score 2 touchdowns in the second, but it wasn't nearly enough as the defending national champions rolled FSU 45-14. This Saturday, Florida State will head back on the road to face a 5-1 Wake Forest team that is coming off a wild upset to Louisville. Saturday's game will kick off at 7:30 and can be seen on the ACC network.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Ever wish a button could undo what you said at the office party?
Ned, my office now.
A button for emptying the dishwasher.
Honey, dishes!
If you have sleep apnea but have trouble using CPAP, now there's a button to replace it. It's called Inspire. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with just a click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Are you an experienced electrician who wants the potential to make over $100,000? Looking for a company that offers matched 401k, health insurance, paid vacations, and other benefits? O'Rare wants you. Master, journeyman, or apprentice, we have a spot for you at O'Rare now. O'Rare, a family-owned, equal opportunity employer, is looking for skilled commercial and industrial electricians. Act fast and apply today at O'Rare.com. That's OREAIR.com. OREAIR.com. Because at O'Rare, quality doesn't cost, it pays.
Tee it high and let it fly, and come join me, my friends, at the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. Boy, it's in good shape, and this is a great time of year to play golf, isn't it? Weather starts to change a little bit, a little crispness, and I got a beautiful golf course for you. You will love the people at the Jointon Creek Golf Club. I mean, just so down to earth. Big practice facilities, everything you could want out of a pro shop and a snack bar. They got games out there during the week. If you want to play good golf and fun golf, then come on over to the home course. The Jointon Creek Golf Club.
The best of XL Primetime Replay is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, helping you be the best when you play.
When I left, there was just total chaos at Miami, bro.
I knew
we was in trouble.
turmoil.
When I was in the league and I drove my car in the parking lot, and all the cars in there look better than mine.
That's hilarious.
Zips Express Car Wash is celebrating their new always free, super powerful vacuum systems at all 7 Jacksonville locations. These things really suck. So Zips is rolling back prices in grand opening style. Come in today and get unlimited monthly washes starting at just $9.99 per month. New members, visit our Southside location and get started for only $1. That's right, $1 for 30 days of unlimited washes, and as low as $9.95 per month after that, only at Zips Car Wash.
Frank Frangie here. Visit the newly renovated Boston's in the River City Marketplace. This month, a percentage of all pizza sales will benefit walk-off charities supporting youth baseball. Check out their Facebook page for local specials, events, and giveaways. We'll make you a fan.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me.
thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS. Thank you, IHRS. Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hey, Hickett here for Nimnick Buick GMC, the #1 Buick GMC dealership in Jacksonville, FLA, the most inventory and a best price guarantee. Nimnick has been serving and donating to our community for 78 years, and nobody cares more about their customers before and after the sale. Speaking of sales, if you're looking for leases, oh man, luxury SUV leases start at $199 a month. GMC Canyon trucks as low as $279 a month. If you want to buy 2019 models, got to go for the 2020s. You can save 23% off the 2019 GMC Sierra SLT Crew Cab trucks. You can save 23% off the 2019 Buick Encore SUVs. You want to learn more? It's real easy. Go to nimnickbuickgmc.com. That's NIMNICHT BuickGMC.com. There you can see all the cars, all the trucks, all the SUVs that they have in stock right there to help you. Then you can go by the showroom on Phillips Highway. So convenient, just south of I-295. GMC, we are professional grade, so do yourself a favor. If you're in the market for a car, truck, and SUV, go to Nimnick Buick GMC, the new name in Buick.
Consider them your ace in the hole. I'm on it. The Best Bet Poker Pals.
This is a poker game. You can't serve food with more than one syllable.
On the Best Bet Poker Show.
Okay, because once those cards are dealt...
Wednesday at 6 p.m. on 1010XL.
Is your AC unit making spooky noises? Maybe you got some creepy stuff in your vents. It's Rick Ballou and my friends at McGowan's will get rid of your AC gremlins with their fall service deals. It's no trick. They'll inspect your system and make honest recommendations so your whole family gets a treat this year. From the Georgia border to Palm Coast, folks trust McGowan's AC. Call 264-COOL or visit McGowan'sAC.com, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
License number CMC 1250075.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Car accidents can turn your life upside down. Your car is damaged, you're in pain, injuries can even create problems at work. While there's no magic wand, our team is ready to get you back on your feet as soon as possible. Call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 904-600-4000 for a consultation. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Dan, welcome back, by the way. CPR Contracting Wednesday, restoring and protecting all concrete structures, the big one. So, all you architects and construction engineers, PEs, you need to call CPR Contracting. Dan, I was trying to get a kind of a feel, my finger on the pulse of what Rams fan feels about the trade, and then online I realized there is no Rams fan. So it's hard to really understand what the Rams fans are feeling right now because there's like 12 of them.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm not sure the Rams got a great deal here, Hick.
Yeah, they're taking a chance, that's for sure. The Los Angeles Rams, who were in the Super Bowl a year ago, have lost 3 straight games and given up a bunch of points in the process. Jags got their 2 first-round picks, and they also got a 4th-rounder for good measure. But the Rams traded one starting cornerback, put the other on injured reserve with a rib injury. I guess he's eligible to come back, I think.
They traded Marcus Peters, who was terrible in the locker room for them. They had just grown tired of him, to the Ravens.
They're losers of 3 straight for the first time under McVay. And they lost to the Seattle and San Francisco, and they have injuries mounting, and their offensive line's a mess. And Gurley is not Gurley. We all know that. They tried to hide that. They drafted the Henderson kid from Memphis.
And it's been a whole year, Dan, so you wonder, is Gurley done?
Yeah, he's the answer to that. He's not going to – I don't think he'll ever be the same player that he was. He came in to the league with coming off a torn ACL.
He had a really good 4 or 5 year career. But
Jameis Winston threw 5 touchdown passes against them, if you remember. So they were desperate, and I always believe in the Super Bowl hangover when you don't win it, but the pressure's mounting. They're 3-3, but more importantly than 3-3, there's 5-0 and 5-1 ahead of them.
Yeah.
So, and they got to play those guys again.
I'm pretty sure both those games were at home, too. Maybe not the Seahawks game, but I know the 49ers game was in L.A., so they'll have to play at San Francisco. I just don't know.
They've already spent a lot of money on Gurley, Goff, Donald, each among the highest paid players at their positions.
Brandon Cook's another one they paid a lot.
Own the third highest payroll in the league, and there's only so much time before salary cap restrictions will prohibit them from doing this, and they're trying to win over a fan base in a city that doesn't care about football.
Well, that doesn't care about the Rams.
In the NFL.
Yeah, I think the NFL there's a lot of NFL fans, but they're clearly not Rams and Chargers fans. The stadiums are showing
large numbers of empties at the Coliseum. They're getting ready to move into a new facility.
And this is coming off a Super Bowl.
Right. So they made the move, and the big risk is that they may only have Ramsey for a year and a half. I mean, that's the reality. He is now. They can franchise him. They can do all that stuff too. But that's the question. That's the risk that they have. He has a year and a half left on his contract. He'll make $13 million next year.
And he's no wallflower. He's going to come right into that locker room telling everybody there that how great he is and how everything's going to be fine now. Jalen's come to save things. That's how he rolls.
On top of Ramsey's uncertainty, the Rams also might not have the money to keep him. They also, Dante Fowler Jr., Michael Brockers are going to be up as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I hope the football gods can somehow manage to give the Jaguars more wins than the Rams because Jalen has told us all he cares about is winning. So that would be nice. There would be some more.
They have no first-round picks now through 20 forever.
Yeah, I think it's a great, again, considering the disingenuous mess that Jalen Ramsey dropped on the team, not in the offseason, not before the year, but in the year. I mean, you want to talk about the ultimate show of selfishness. It's when you do that to your team in your locker room in season. You had all offseason to be the prima donna holdout that we know you are. Why couldn't you have done it then? And given the Jags just a little bit of a personality dealing with all this nonsense. I don't need the music beat, but I will let people know there's a speed trap in play right now on the West Beltway, 295 Beltway between Normandy and 103rd. If you're out that way, be careful. Hick, turn that toward me just a bit so I can see what I'm doing here. 641-1010. We will take a couple phone calls this segment as the Jaguars move forward now without Jalen Ramsey and on to Cincinnati this weekend. Locker room closed yesterday, so we'll get the first response from the organization down at the stadium today. Mike is up next, 641-1010. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I appreciate you taking my call, and great show, guys. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Just wanted to make a quick comment. I know a lot of the fans get upset about the front office, but I just want to make a point that we can't lump Dave Caldwell's picks with Tom Coughlin's pick. What the organization did prior to Tom Coughlin getting back here, it sucked. But what Tom Coughlin's been doing over the last couple of years have made the team better because the team has been in every game they've been in this year. It's one position game. So we still got to acknowledge that the draft picks that Tom Coughlin is drafting are contributing. They're not bad picks. They're contributing. So that's the first point. My second point is a lot of people, we only see what's going on the outside.
Right.
We don't know what's going on the inside. We don't know what Jalen's been doing, what he's been saying. And obviously the conversation from last week with Shad Khan, what he told him and what they may have talked about and what actually happened on Sunday was two different things. I'm sure that caught him by surprise because he wouldn't have mentioned, I think he's probably going to play if Jalen didn't give an indication that he was going to play.
Right.
So from Sunday to now, for Shad to be like, okay, go ahead and trade him, some things have been going on. So I think, but unless we get more information coming out of what actually has been going on behind the scenes, we kind of got to be fair about this thing.
Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you for the phone call. Makes a lot of sense. What he says on both counts, I think.
Are we sure that Goff hasn't been infected by Blake Bortles? Are we positive?
No.
Because he's kind of like evolved. Does he watch? Listen, the Rams need to help themselves. Do not let Jared Goff watch Blake Bortles throw. But maybe that's what's leading to things.
CBS Sports says assigned grades. They gave the Jags an A and the Rams a B-. Whether that matters, it doesn't. But it's interesting to see other perspectives. Ramsey made it clear he didn't want to remain in Jacksonville, despite Khan publicly pleading his case for the corner to stay. If the future was not with the Jaguars and he was going to continue finding reasons not to play, then trading was the only option. The trade demand generally would have been would have disposed of any leverage for the franchise, had in negotiations, but several teams were involved. Became a bidding war. Jacksonville added 3 draft choices, including 2 first-rounders for assets on the shelf. Jacksonville was still riding high in the divisional race until consecutive losses set them back. Each game was decided by 1 score. However, they can compete without Ramsey and now have more resources to potentially build around quarterback Gardner Minshew. The trade grade would be even higher if not for the acknowledgement that Ramsey is a fantastic player, and it hurts any time a team loses a player of his caliber. The Florida State product felt as though he was being held hostage, and it was unlikely he would develop Stockholm Syndrome anytime soon. The Rams got a B-. The story will reflect that Los Angeles is surrounding draft choices for Ramsey, but their commitment extends much deeper. As mentioned, final year of his rookie contract next season, and he wants to be paid. The deal, Spot Track suggests a 6-year deal worth roughly $101 million. That's about $17 annually, and he's talked about $20 million. So the deal would make him the highest paid corner and the 14th highest paid defensive player based on annual salary. That's a lot of money for a team that has lucrative deals to Goff, Donald, Gurley. So, yeah, we'll see. They got a B- on that one.
Just a couple things on the text line. There have been mistakes made by the Jags roster-wise, who they sign, who they lock up, who they extend. But clear up things. Dan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Tom Coughlin wasn't part of the Linder or Telvin extensions, was he? Wasn't that pre-Tom Coughlin?
I don't think he was part of Linder's.
I don't think he was part of Telvin's either.
No.
I think he came after those extensions were made. The one that was pretty obvious and it turned out to be a mistake was Bortles giving him an extension.
By the way, Brandon Linder's playing pretty good football these days.
Yeah, no, I know.
Why was it a mistake?
I'm not saying it was. I'm going on the text line.
That person is suggesting it's a mistake, and I don't know that it was a mistake.
Well, people were critical because he got paid and he was hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Well, and there's this. And again, people, and we sometimes even fall victim to this.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you look at like a guy being the highest paid as if your team's saying he's the best. No, you're just keeping up with what it's going to be. In other words, they made Brandon Linder the highest paid center, so there's this implication that he's the best center in the league.
Well,
and
it doesn't work that way.
I know that,
Yeah.
but not everyone is as savvy enough to.
Coughlin was not part of the Linder deal.
Yeah.
But my point is that Linder.
I think Telvin was before Linder.
Oh, yeah.
The extension.
Okay. The point is that, Linder was part of the team in 2017 that led the NFL in rushing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mean to turn. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Right.
I think there's
I was just trying to get the timeline right.
I understand the injury part, and I understand there being frustration, but those things happen. But I mean, Brandon Linder has played pretty well. From what I hear,
and
I'm not an expert on the offensive line.
And again, when you're so desperate for your team to be successful, and this happens in every market, you analyze and scrutinize the draft picks. Immediately, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, that goes with the territory, and then you also question where money is going long term, and I think the only 2 real mistakes were Bortles, and again, you're relatively hand tied there too. You are coming off an AFC title, and you don't want to just not have but it was extending it past that 1 year. But anyway, and then the Norwell has not played like the money they gave him in free agency, so that's another one that is I think probably fair to point out. 641-1010 Skinny.
Oh,
is on line 2.
Hello, Skinny.
Fellows, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I didn't see the complete roster of the 25-year anniversary. Let me see if any of these fellows were there. Bryce Popp, Hugh Douglas, Matt Jones, R.J. Sauer. Did any of those fellows show up?
They weren't on the top 25. No, Skinny.
Oh, it was, I thought it was just a general reunion.
No, there were others outside of the top 25. That part is fair, but yeah, R.J. Sauer is maybe indisposed at the moment. In fact, I'm not sure where R.J. is.
I don't know.
Well, he may be kind of on the list that I have fallen into. Is he in a dead pool somewhere?
That I don't know.
Yeah,
listen,
I hope not.
I would say this. There's an old adage. If I were advising Jalen Ramsey, and I don't think anybody really can advise him, if people kind of suspect you might be an ignoramus, why open your mouth and remove all doubt?
Yeah.
And I think he has done that many, many times, and I think we know where Jalen falls. And Dan, I want to congratulate you for quick remark that you made Sunday night when you said it was funny that you looked out there and saw Marcus Lattimore and realized he was the best defensive back in the building on Sunday. What a shot that was. I like a knife that's very dull and twisted when it goes in. Have a great one, guys.
Thank you, Scott.
Bye.
Dan, I'm going to let you off the hook here on the text line.
Yes.
We were talking about the XFL quarterbacks, and one of those guys that was selected was Brandon Silvers.
Okay, that's your guy.
Right, but on the text says, Brandon Silvers, Dan's guy. And you probably don't want him. He hadn't done anything.
That's Jeff's guy.
Yeah, a Troy quarterback.
Yes.
I think I saw against FSU or somebody, but I still have hope on my QB evaluation.
Not giving up.
Yeah.
Just give him a chance. Give the kid a chance.
Put him with Bob Stoops and see what happens.
Yeah. So, this Telvin was October of 2017 as well. So.
Yeah, that was before. Oh, no, that was with Tom then.
No, Tom came in.
We served with the 2017. So they both were.
Yeah.
A part of his at least had input on those decisions. And again, Telvin the player wasn't a terrible investment.
Tom came obviously in January of 17. Yeah.
Right, and that's because the 17 season was the good one. So you're cruising along pretty good there at that point. So. The Rams now, we root for to be terrible as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I go ahead and apologize for the franchise known as the Atlanta Falcons. They get first crack at the Rams, and I'm sure they'll disappoint you this weekend.
Again.
Like they've been disappointing my family for years. Maybe not, though.
I'd like to see Julio with about 13 for 227.
I just don't, there's also this, Dan, the Rams, when we grade the trade, I don't know why CBS didn't include it, but well, that's an awful lot to give up to a guy with a debilitating back injury.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you'd be a little bit more aware of this guy's health concerns. I mean, this is the ultimate competitor, the alpha dog. He'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So if he hadn't been able to play the last 2 weeks, that back must hurt so bad that it'll breeze right through the physical.
Yeah. He's
what a JA.
Scheduled to play this Sunday. He'll take the physical today.
Like I said this when I started the show. When you turn an ass into assets, you win the trade. And there's plenty of assets coming back in return for a guy who clearly hates the Jaguars and everything about him.
Well, yeah, he definitely didn't want to be here. There's no question about that.
And because it's all about him to his own self, he doesn't realize by proxy he's flipping off you and me and the fan base and and his locker room. Just completely, you talk about no self-awareness.
I don't take it as him flipping off me. It doesn't matter to me.
I mean, just in general. I didn't mean you personally.
I just watch as an observer, and I'm, been around
anyone
Jaguars
involved with the Jags
the entire time, and I feel like that that the young man needs to grow up in a lot of ways, and it's just the way he's carried himself, especially over the last couple months, and he clearly wanted out, and he got his wish, so away we go, and we'll see what happens. I mean, look, there were times, if we go back and look at the Khalil Mack trade, there have been times where Oakland has been, you don't trade a player of that caliber. You don't do that.
Well, it's also a more important position, in fairness.
They did, and it shifted a little bit. It shifted a little bit towards Oakland, like, well, they got Jacobs for them, and they got this, and, so maybe not so bad. And the Bears are, not winning all their games. It's not Khalil Mack's fault. Khalil Mack is a beast. And
sure.
I suspect
and it won't be Jalen's fault if the Rams don't
Jalen Ramsey's a great player, and he'll continue.
It's not Jalen's fault that the Jags weren't winning games, but having him didn't make them win more.
Right.
So there's that.
Right. So it kind of, the opinion will shift here over the next couple years a couple of times, and we'll see. Ultimately, it's all about winning in the results-oriented world. And, but I will never accept from Jalen Ramsey, never, that it was all about winning and losing. No.
Well, of course, he's proven that.
No, I don't. And nor should anyone else. It wasn't all about that.
No. I mean, I don't know how it just, yeah. And by the way, it doesn't matter now, does it?
No.
Right? Doesn't matter at all.
Now it's about winning and losing for the Rams for him.
This is amazing. Imagine this, though, but at Pet Paradise, you know what it's all about?
What?
It's about your pet.
Oh.
That's why it's called Pet Paradise. Now, you are going to be fooled when you take your pet to Pet Paradise. You are going to think that, they left out the owners on the name of the company. Because it could be Pet Owners Paradise as well.
Oh.
Beef is so encouraged by Pet Paradise that he has to find a paradise laden tune.
Very nice.
When we talk about Pet Paradise and all the unbelievable nuances to change it all. To change, I mean, you put it all in one. Some of you take your place, you might take your dog to be groomed one place, a vet someplace else. You might have them boarded someplace else. I don't even know if you have a place where you can take your dog and leave him for a day, but you can do that with Pet Paradise. You'll go through a compatibility test. Your pet will always be safe and in a good spot and having a good time with a staff that loves animals and is taking great care of him or her. You are going to be amazed by Pet Paradise from the moment you walk into the lobby and you see how clean and friendly and pet-friendly the place is. So for any and all that you need for your pet to make them feel like it is paradise, then just go to Pet Paradise. Go online at petparadise.com. You can see more about this unbelievable place. In fact, when your pet is on premises, you can always check in on the security camera and see what's going on that way. They have management that lives on site. That's 24-hour, protection and care for your pet. It's Pet Paradise with locations all around town, including the airport, and petparadise.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Between the opening kickoff and the final whistle, there's a moment when the rubber hits the road. Let's go, let's go! Listen for the TireOutlet.com drive of the game. TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service on 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Team, if we strive to make things better like Hyundai, we will have success. If we commit to being the best like Hyundai, we will have...
Are the snacks after the game, Coach?
Molly's mom brought snacks. Yeah! Success! Right now, get a new Hyundai Elantra or Santa Fe with 0% APR financing for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end 10/31/19. Call 877-616-8513 for complete feature and offer details.
If I had a nickel for every time my husband asked me to shave his back, I would be one rich lady right now. Although the money would not be coming in anymore because I'm not doing that anymore. He's not worrying about embarrassing unwanted hair anymore. And this is because of Ideal Image Med Spa. By the way, it is Client Appreciation Month at Ideal Image Med Spa. They're celebrating by giving you up to 70% off laser hair removal. Unwanted hair, you know it. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. But that doesn't mean it has to stay. And you know when you look good, you feel good. When you feel your best, you get more out of life. So that's why laser hair removal is such a great thing to do, not just for women. Guys, this is absolutely for you too. Their simple treatments will destroy hair follicles in a matter of minutes. You're going to save time, money, and save yourself and your loved one from a lifetime of shaving. So call now, 904-652-0652. That's 904-652-0652. Located at the Markets at Town Center, US 17, just south of Orange Park on Fleming Island, and St. Augustine in Diane's Marketplace. Medical Director, Dr. Holly Hickman, idealimage.com.
Jags fans, this one's for you. Enter the TIAA Bank Take the Field sweepstakes for your chance to win 2 club tickets and get pregame sideline access to be on the field when the Jags come out of the tunnel. A new winner will be chosen for each home game. To enter and for official rules, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Void where prohibited. Entry period from 8/5/2019 to 12/18/2019. For official rules and complete details, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. Sponsor TIAA FSB.
Ever wish we could get a new car with low monthly payments?
We can at Community First. Great rates, fast approvals, and they'll even delay your first payment for 90 days.
Ever wish we weren't driving a little scooter down JTB?
Wishing for a new car? With Community First, you get a great low rate and delay your first payment for 90 days. Learn more at communityfirstfl.org. Community First. Love where you bank. Insured by NCUA.
The 1010XL restaurant of the day is Flame Broiler. For a healthy lunch alternative as low as $6 that includes chicken or Angus beef piled on top of rice and veggies, stop by one of their 4 Jacksonville locations today. Simple, fast, healthy. Flame Broiler.
When you're buying or selling commercial real estate, you want the best rate of return. Closing costs can affect your purchase or sale. That's why Pantheon Realty Group's special offer gives back to you.
buying or selling, they'll partner with you by allocating up to 20% of their brokerage fees to help pay for your closing costs. This is a unique and special offer, so visit PantheonRealtyGroup.com for the details or call today at 410-0313. Pantheon Realty Group.
Hey folks, been thinking about getting your carpets cleaned? Call Zero Res, the #1 rated carpet cleaner in town. Call us to get your carpets, tile and grout, area rugs, and furniture cleaned. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we? Roland Reese Plumbing! Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the new arrivals from Cleveland Golf. Turbocharge your game with the new Cleveland Launcher HB Turbo Driver that delivers more speed for higher, longer, and straighter drives. And the Launcher HB Turbo Irons, which deliver maximum forgiveness, higher trajectory, and increased ball speed for more accurate and longer shots. And the Launcher UHX Irons deliver the perfect blend of distance and accuracy. Let us help you get custom fit for free today at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
They say time is money, and at Claude Nolan Cadillac, they respect your time and strive to make your every visit a pleasure. Serving Jacksonville for over 114 years, Claude Nolan Cadillac owners come back again and again because you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. And now lease a 2019 luxury model XT5 for $445 a month for 39 months. Visit Claude Nolan on Southside Boulevard or at ClaudeNolanCadillac.com. Beginning lasting relationships since 1905. See dealer for details.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Duval Honda. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. Well, the saga is finally over as news was released yesterday that Jalen Ramsey has been traded to the LA Rams. The Rams recently lost corner Aqib Talib to injury and traded another corner, Marcus Peters, to the Ravens. The Jags will now receive 2 first-round picks in 2020 and 2021 and a 4th-round pick in 2021 for Ramsey. More for the AFC South as the Titans have officially benched Marcus Mariota, looking for some spark in the offense as Tennessee enters Week 7, 2-4. They will start Ryan Tannehill versus the Chargers. And the Nationals finished a sweep last night by beating the Cardinals 7-4. Washington now moves on to the World Series and will play the winner of the Astros-Yankees. Astros currently lead 2-1 in the series. It's 74 degrees at 8:58. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, turn it up, Jacksonville. Welcome back. The day after. Jalen Ramsey now a member of the Los Angeles Rams. You get 2 first-round picks for that. Let me ask you a question right now, Steve Beauty. If you could take those 2 first-round picks and turn them into next year, your 2 first-round picks next year, you trade up and you get Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah!
You get CeeDee Lamb, one of those guys.
I'm excited.
Yes? No?
No, I keep the 2 picks.
You keep the 2 picks.
I'll make the 2 picks.
Yeah, I would trade into the top 5 if
where
I
they're
could.
at right now is 6 and 16, Dan.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Rams are middle of the round right now, so they may get right.
Yeah.
But they could spiral too, man.
Yeah. If they spiral, it's a different story.
Yeah, I think it's worth doing again. We did this, hours ago when you first came in, but let's take a look at the Rams schedule. Let's play. It was about yesterday you played win-lose with me.
I did.
We can do it without the outstanding win-lose music this time.
I enjoyed the music,
You
Beef.
did,
I'd like to have the win-lose.
Can we have win-lose music too,
back.
then, Beef?
Yes, hold on. Hold, please.
Somehow,
I'll
I
get
don't
it
know
for you.
somehow the Atlanta Hawks.
That was Go Birds for the Rams this week.
Oh, they play the Falcons. So, excuse me, I decided to stay off the purple today, Dan. I'm struggling a little bit here.
You are.
Yeah, I need that Sudafed train, buddy.
I called Jamarcus. He'll get you.
Huh? Is that what happened? The purple? Yeah. The purple is just cough syrup. I'm on much more than that, ladies and gentlemen. But today, I'm dry and paying for it. All right. With or without music, here we got, Dan. I'm just going to give you, and I'm not going to allow you any wiggle room or just win or lose, baby. Yesterday I did it. You got to do it today.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
No, maybe, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, go.
At Atlanta.
That's a win.
4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Home against the Bengals.
That's a win.
5-3.
Mm-hmm.
At Pittsburgh.
They'll stumble and lose.
5-4. Home against Chicago. Sunday Night Football.
Oh, that's a good one. Rams win that.
6-4. Home against Baltimore.
Lose that.
6-5. At Arizona.
Win that.
7-5. Home against Seattle. Sunday Night Football.
Lose.
7-6. At Dallas.
They're going to win one that they'll split those two, so give them a win.
8-6. At San Francisco.
Lose that.
8-7, and then at home against Arizona a win. So 9-7.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
what's 9-7 put you at, Beaver?
That's probably going to get you. It's not going to be in the playoffs. So it's
middle of the round.
19th at worst.
Right.
At worst.
Well, just to give you an idea, like if I'm looking at a mock draft for next year, and obviously, but you would get these kind of players. You would get Andrew Thomas, who's an offensive lineman from Georgia, and then at 16 you would get.
I've seen C.J. Henderson around there.
Kinlaw, the South Carolina kid was so good this past week. So
if you could somehow get the 16th pick, I mean, that would almost have made it worth just getting the 16th pick.
Yeah. You could get cornerback Xavier McKinney from Alabama, or you could get, So I'm just saying, though, if I have, hopefully I won't have 6 and 16, by the way. I'd like to have like 20 and.
Well, they can be 16, but you'd like to, for your own sake, to be higher because you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they can be 10 for all I care. But, I think that there's an opportunity there to get like a game-breaking wide receiver. I think there's a lot of good wide receivers. Wide receivers are risky to take in the first round. But, the kid Judy is well thought of. Certainly the kid out at Oklahoma, it looks to be better than Hollywood, who's doing pretty well. And there's also Henry Ruggs III, another kid who's from Alabama. So those guys, but there's edge players as well. The good news is, quarterbacks are going to go 1-2, most likely Tua and Herbert. So that'll leave other players available for you. So that Chase Young kid from Ohio State. I mean, so again, if I could get to what I have a chance of doing, and again, it's a big if because you don't always hit on first-round draft picks. In fact, first-round draft picks are probably a 50-50 proposition or slightly less. But if you hit on them, you could get 2 Jalen Ramseys for 1 Jalen Ramsey, in essence.
Yeah, if you hit on them.
Yeah.
Jaguars look like they've hit on Josh Allen. I think that's been, so far, the returns have been great.
4 sacks already.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking like he'll get.
Last year's second rounder of DJ Chark looks like he's a lot better than we wrote him off for.
Yep.
Cam Robinson, I think, is a more than serviceable starting left tackle.
Juwan Taylor
has been fine.
Gave up 2 sacks Sunday, but he's been. I like Juwan Taylor. I think he's.
My question is, all this criticism of the front office, where does that fit into the narrative? That they've restarted, like people, the cynical Jag fan of, you can get all the first-round picks you can. They'll blow them anyway. That's the old go to that line. Well, not the last couple of years they haven't.
Maybe the kid from LSU, the Delpit kid, might be a kid you can.
Safety?
Yeah. I mean, so he
anytime you have a guy in college safety who can play nickel corner, you're talking about an athlete.
He might be your Jamal Adams. So, again, there's lots of opportunities. But that's for the future. The here and now is trying to figure out a way to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's vitally important to 2019. I don't want to be here Monday breaking down this draft again. Okay,
we need to win this week.
Yeah, you got to get a dub here, and then you got to get a dub the following week, which is not.
I don't know. I don't know if Jalen Ramsey can be happy. To be honest with you, he can claim happiness, and he can tweet happiness, and he just got to be miserable acting this confrontational about any and everything. All the time. I mean, and look, again, I'll say it again. It's been my experience in life, never mind football, that for the most part, you typically don't like guys that all they do is tell you how great they are and brag on themselves all the time. You hang around with anyone like that, Dan, other than me?
Other than you? No.
Yeah. Right? I mean, who wants that guy around? I don't want to work with a guy every time I see him. He's telling me how great he is.
And remember this, in 2021, you'll have 2 first-round picks. And who's to say you can't trade up and if the quarterback situation gets a little dicey, I got Trevor Lawrence or
not let you
Justin Fields.
I will
baby.
not let you diminish Minshew mania. Stop right there. Speed trap on McCormick just past Kernan in both directions. Get them out quick when they come in. as we move along here this
It's
morning.
Minshew.
I said Minshew. Yes, Minshew. I knew that. When I say mania is when I don't know. I get a tongue twist there when I do that.
I was looking at this 2021 mock draft, not to get out ahead of ourselves. They have two,
even though we are.
Well, I mean, they got 2 Gators in the top 14. I would suggest neither of them will be a first-round pick. What the blazes?
Which year? Not this year, but the next year?
Yeah.
All right, so those players will be I can't even tell you who they
got no chance.
What do they got?
Guys, Kadarius Toney is the 8th pick.
Yeah, that's see Tavon Austin.
I mean, and then Tadarius Slayton can't, no nuggets.
Mr. 10 there's a major text line error here.
Gonna
have to call him out.
What happened?
This magnifies the fact we could have drafted Watson instead of Ramsey. Oops. Ouchie. A different draft, Chief.
We already know we could have drafted.
Watson was the Fournette draft. It wasn't the same draft. That's my point.
No, I understand that, but, I mean, it doesn't magnify anything. Chuckle butt.
Right.
That's already been magnified about 100 times over, in case you're wondering. Drill poll question of the day presented by Lockett Law. DUI and criminal defense. Know before you blow. 858-9818. 1,300 plus votes. What do you think of the Ramsey to Rams deal? And 56% love it. So more than half. 30% say enjoy those high taxes in California, Jalen. And 6% said needed to get more. I don't know if you would have, but you could have tried. Only 7% say you shouldn't have traded him. So, again, it doesn't. Don't ever do what the fans say. If you're, don't ever listen to the fans in that respect. You have to do what's best for your football team. But Jalen Ramsey, when this whole thing started, it was more, if anything, it was probably slanted pro Jalen, I think. Would you guys agree with that?
Well,
maybe 50%, 60% for Jalen, 50 to 40%.
It's half and half, I would think.
Yeah, and it just kept changing and changing and changing.
But when, yeah. Modern day players need to understand that mistakes are part of life. And no matter where you are in the organization, people make mistakes.
D-Rock has tweeted out a couple interesting things. Going to give the anti-Jalen and pro-Jalen Jaguar fans fodder for their arguments today. For anti-Jalen, per ESPN Stats and Info, quarterbacks had a higher completion rate and QBR when he was on the field compared to when he was off the field this season.
Huh. That doesn't make any sense.
And for the pro-Jalen group, per next-gen stats, Ramsey has the 4th lowest completion percentage allowed as the nearest defender since his rookie year. At 51%, he's behind Richard Sherman, Drake Kirkpatrick, and Stephon Gilmore.
Which is good because instead of being 18 and 30, we could have been, 12 and 36. So thank God.
Josh Scobie tweeted out, in Seth Marler in 2005-ish competed against Scobes. He got traded to Dallas. He failed his physical, came back to Jacksonville, and was released. That ain't happening. That ain't happening, ladies and gentlemen. So,
Mr. 10 has admitted his bad and he's in a days of
mea culpa
Crown Royal whiskey. So that's believable. It's no big deal, 10.
Yeah,
he's celebrating, man.
Yeah, get off the sauce.
But the narrative does change though when your guy Jalen changed the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
When he first did it, because first of all, the notion that your boss was disrespectful to you, so you're quitting, is the biggest baby pouty nonsense ever. And he allowed a false narrative to fester about that had anything other to do than the behavior that was on the field that day. So shame on him for that, stirring up that pot. And at the end of the day now, the Jaguars are ultimately going to be better off because there's also this. You have to remember, Jalen was not going to re-sign here. They could have franchised and we could have gone through all this. Once you took your ball and went home and, went through all that. I'm seeing a disturbing text here too, but what we got so ticked about Jalen about liking that post on the Minshew sack. Mm-hmm. Did you see Miles Jack also like that one? What the hey? What's going on? What are we doing, Dan? Huh? How'd that happen?
Well, no, I'm looking at this right now. This is off kilter, but we're headed to break, so I'll throw this out here. Washington quarterback Alex Smith was back on the practice field recently, throwing passes as he recovers from last year's gruesome broken leg. And he had to go through far more than anyone knew to get there. According to the Washington Times, Smith told a group of medical professionals at an event earlier this month he had 17 surgeries to repair the damage. The crowd was apparently alarmed by the revelation, as one would be when a quarterback trips to the operating room exceed their jersey number. In addition to repairing the broken fibula and tibia, there were multiple procedures to remove tissue after he developed an infection. That we do know, by the way. So we don't know if he'll play again, but he's still trying to work his way back.
17 on one injury. That's unbelievable. All right, we got
seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Break time here on a CPR Contracting Wednesday. So Jalen heads to California, notorious for its great wines. I've got another company based in California, also notorious for that same reason. Talking about Cameron Hughes Wine and an unbelievably unique business model. Elite wineries overproduce. They keep official quantities low to keep prices high. So Cameron Hughes gets these wines and then keeps his mouth shut about just where he got them. At the end of the day, though, they sell them under his label for a fraction of the price. Trust me on this, whether it's the Lot 686 Alexander Valley Cabernet or the Lot 689 Sonoma Valley Chardonnay, go to chwine.com and learn how to navigate through that website. As I got great news, today Cameron offering a deal exclusively to our listeners, 20% off and free shipping on 3 or more bottles. All you have to do is enter my code Guggen at checkout. These wines already an amazing value. You're going to get even more savings. So save money, drink the best wine with the best little-known secret in the wine industry. Try wines that normally sell for $50 to $100 at a fraction of the cost, but they'll sell out quickly. So act now at chwine.com. Get 20% off the already wonderful prices when you enter code Guggen at checkout.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
The trouble is most football coaches, particularly college coaches, think the media work for them. Their ire goes through the roof with any criticism. There is no worse offender than Alabama's Nick Saban. Clemson's Dabo Swinney is beginning to follow suit. I guess when you win so much as they have, you feel special and above some media hack question anything about your team. Saban went on another of his "the media or rat poison" rants after the Tide drowned its last opponent. He blasted the media for talking so much about the Heisman instead of team things. How much of Saban's sales pitch to recruits do you think involves Alabama being a path to the NFL and individual awards? I'm guessing a lot. Saban, hypocrite. Swinney was clearly upset with his kicker and then chastised the media for asking about it. Saban and Dabo aren't alone in this, but they're the leaders right now. Think these guys have a God complex?
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, Hicken here, and you know fall means cooler weather, which means you're going to get outdoors. Yeah, and if you're going to be entertaining, grilling, lounging, whatever, you want an enjoyable, enviable outdoor living space, and that is exactly what the team at CSS Outdoor does best. Go see their showroom. It's just off Beaver and Edgewood. I've been there. It's awesome. See the dream designs they can build for your backyard. Custom kitchens, Fire Magic grills, everything you need. Visit the showroom or browse online at cssoutdoor.com. cssoutdoor.com.
StreamSong is home to Florida's highest-rated golf collection. StreamSong Red, StreamSong Blue, and of course StreamSong Black, which Golf Digest 2018 just named as the best new public course in North America. I'm talking about StreamSong Black. Of course, 4 fine and casual restaurants, a rooftop bar, spa, and 3 nationally ranked courses: StreamSong Red, Blue, and StreamSong Black. StreamSong. Check them out today. Visit StreamSongResort.com.
It's not the boogeyman, it's the Wiggle Man delivering scary good deals on new and used cars at Garber Auto Mall in Green Cove Springs. No tricks, only treats on 8 all-American brands in one location. We've got ghostly deals on all General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, and Ram vehicles. We'll beat anyone's trade, anyone's. You don't need to worry, this is our treat to you. We'll beat everyone and get you the deal you want. Visit GarberAutomall.com and see these wicked new and used car prices on our 8 all-American brands.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists helps you be the best when you play and brings you
the best of Into the Night Replay.
I didn't want him to be moved, as I said at the top of the program. I wanted to wait until the NFL draft because I thought all along that you would get much better draft selections. Right now on paper, this looks like the Jaguars put together a real good deal.
Gentlemen, discover the new medical treatment that Viagra doesn't want you to know about. I'm Bradley I with Synergenics Elite Health, and we offer GainsWave. It's a simple 20-minute in-office procedure. GainsWave is non-invasive, and it restores the poor blood flow that causes ED. Stop popping pills and scheduling intimacy. Call 904-500-5500. Consultations are free. Mention this radio station for $150 off your first treatment. Call Synergenics Elite Health at 904-500-5500 to learn about the GainsWave ED treatment today.
Helping people never gets old. When we're able to get them compensated for everything they went through, that is the mission and the goal, is to make sure that the client's better off than they were when they came into our door. Farah & Farah, here for you, here for good. Jacksonville.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Hey, Icken here. Diamonds Direct celebrating the grand opening of their all-new showroom with a major event that's coming up Friday and Saturday. It's one you might want to be there for. I'll tell you why. In addition to showcasing the largest diamond selection in Florida, Diamonds Direct is flying in the entire Tacori bridal collection straight from the Tacori Design Studios in L.A. Tacori is the most sought-after designer jewelry in America. Handmade engagement rings, exquisite fashion pieces, case after case at Tacori. If you haven't seen Diamonds Direct's new showroom, what a great opportunity, right? Go by and see them. It's 50% larger, expanded selection of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, more designer rings. And for this event, Diamonds Direct donating proceeds from every purchase to the Tom Coughlin J Fund to help local families tackling childhood cancer. I love that. Don't miss the official grand opening of Diamonds Direct's new beautiful showroom, rolling out the Tacori blue carpet, and it's going to be a blast. It's coming up Friday and Saturday at Diamonds Direct. Friday and Saturday off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. Go see our friends at Diamonds Direct.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Call now.
Hey all, this is Allie McDeal. Are you sick and tired of the hand you've been dealt? Let the Best Bet Poker Show live on Twitch transform your game into winning strategy. Enjoy real-time streaming of everything poker. There's something for everyone from the novice to the pro player. You'll learn strategy and hear hot tips from the leading poker industry pros, not to mention tons of cash giveaways. It's the best way to learn, stay informed, and have a few laughs along the way. Join me, the boss, F&A, every Wednesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. live at twitch.tv/bestbetlive, where you'll learn to make every hand a winner.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $30,000 a year and right now graduate making over $80,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition and no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted into the program, your only costs are the books and the course fees, around $700 a year.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again. This year, we will recognize 12 local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new vehicle. 12 heroes will be getting 12 new vehicles. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, and new this year, your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
On a CPR contracting Wednesday, elephant in the room.
Oh.
surprised that you've hidden from this as long as you have this morning. Pretty clear you're trying to lay low and avoid this topic of conversation coming up today as the nation will turn its eyes tonight on national television, 8 p.m., to the future of basketball prowess in the National Basketball Association as the Hawks and Knicks do battle, 8 p.m. tonight on ESPN. I look forward to the half-hour pregame coverage.
Dime bet.
I will say this. The one good thing about preseason basketball, it's the closest to the real sport of any of the sports. I'll give them credit for that. They're guys will usually play.
You guys watch preseason basketball?
No, I said I don't watch it, but I probably will watch something tonight.
Hey, I tuned in for my guys. We beat the pants off the Raptors. We're regular season ready.
I was watching some of Ja Morant the other day for the Grizzlies. He didn't look too good, by the way. Shout out to our guy, man. Ja. We gave him a little bit of love in the DS, and he just turned it on further in the CS. And Howie Kendrick's going a little Daniel Murphy this postseason, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kendrick is the NLCS MVP.
Yeah.
Now, he called the grand slam he had against the Dodgers his best moment as a pro, and now he says it's his best time as a pro. Quote, I can truly say this is the best time of my career, the best moment of my career this year. 36 years old. The fans started shouting, Howie, Howie. His teammates gave him a big, huge ovation, and he went 5 for 15, 4 doubles, 4 RBIs, including Monday's Game 3, where he became the 4th player in history to hit 3 doubles in an LCS game. He had a great regular season. He had 344 this year, which is the best he's ever had, and doing it at the ripe young age of 36 out of West Nassau High School and growing up that way. So congrats to Howie Kendrick, and the Nationals, who have never been to a World Series until now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The Nationals got it done. They're like the MLB's version of the St. Louis Blues, quite honestly. The Blues were in last place. The Nationals weren't in last place because of the Marlins, but they were 12 under 500. Not many teams 12 under 500 make the World Series. Now, not only did they make the playoffs, they beat the Brewers. They came back and beat the Brewers in a great series, and then went from there and continued to win, and then swept the Cardinals. And
they were down. Man. They were down 2 or 3 runs in elimination games both times. They
3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 and 3-1, and won both of them. I think they may have actually been down 3-0 to the Dodgers, but either way, what they did last night too is, even though I didn't Welsh and rooted for the Cardinals like I swore I would, the Cardinals got a taste of their own medicine last night. They put a 10 spot on the Braves in the first inning a week ago.
Yeah, you did not root for the Cardinals, and you may have last night because you knew they were going to lose.
And then last night, 7 runs they gave up in the first. I want to correct something I said. We talked about that social media post that Jalen liked.
Yes.
And I said Miles liked the same one. It wasn't the same one. It was a different one. So.
Yeah, this was Cam Jordan on his personal account. All he did was tweet a video of a sack, and the comment said, Levels, #respect the stash. He has a curly Q mustache that he's very proud of as well. So he's sort of flexing and twisting his own mustache.
Commenting on the creativity of the post, I think, rather than Jalen was, which was just middle fingering your teammate or your former teammate now. So there could be a locker room of people that will be well served for that new fact. Let's go to Miles. I'm guessing it's not Miles, Jack.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Miles. How are you?
God bless you. Yeah, so look, I just wanted to say that I'm just happy that dark cloud has been lifted from off of this team. We can finally breathe, man. We don't have to go through this stuff anymore. It's just been weighing on everyone, and everyone for a little while has been feeling this heaviness on his team because of him, and it is gone. We are free. What he did was essentially treason, if we're being honest. And I personally feel that he shouldn't play a down of football in the NFL again, because he held out on purpose like that and cost us 2 wins, I think. And I'm just so happy he's gone, dude. I'm so happy. We get to breathe, man.
Thank you, Miles. That's we're all going to breathe.
I don't think it cost him 2 wins. It didn't help. No. I don't know if being on the field would have helped, but not having this whole distraction around the team, which And again, Jalen Ramsey could give a crap what you think or how the Jags were affected.
Yeah.
Jalen got what he wanted. He, took his ball. He went home. He stood in the corner. He pouted, and he waited until,
Well, one thing he can't do is play left tackle like Andrew Whitworth or Jamil Demby or Brian Allen or Austin Blythe or Rob Havenstein. Those are their front five for the Rams who, according to PFF, our favorite, rank 32nd, 76, 31, 72nd, and 74 out of 75 players. That's our pass blocking rating. So the Rams are struggling up front too, and doesn't look like that's going to change a whole lot.
Well, hopefully now you'd be lucky if the Rams can tank. And look, they're in a tough division. It doesn't look like they're going to be a playoff team. If they're not a playoff team, the worst pick the Jags could have would be 19th.
Yeah.
So that's. And, by the way, if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's not like the Niners and Seahawks are going to get worse. They probably would have work to do it the next year. I feel sorry for all the Jag fans around town that have invested so much. I've had people that would, have sent in pictures of, oops, with a Jalen tattoo. I've got people who have used Jalen as their passwords on various, security websites or, accounts and whatnot. So it's a shame it had to work out this way. You can look on the positives. They got 3 good years out of a great player.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough to get home a title or to sustain greatness. The Jags had one really good year in the middle of that, and Jalen was certainly a big part of that. Not the only part. Calais Campbell and Leonard Fournette and others, played a big role in the 2017 season. And, someone has suggested to me, maybe we should, it's all in how you respond. Look, Jalen took it as disrespectful. Tom Coughlin did the same thing to Leonard Fournette. He responded.
Yeah.
It's not your only option to pout and cry and accuse somebody of being mean. You can take the words to heart, man up, and try and be better. That's what Leonard has seemed to have done, and it's worked to this point. Yeah. Tom Coughlin was more publicly hard on Leonard than he ever was on Jalen.
Yeah. Yeah, Leonard.
So this is a day where we can also pause and give Leonard Fournette credit for doing the responsible, mature, team-first, manly thing. He manned up. He listened to the not even constructive, the criticism that was coming from, guess what? His bosses.
Yeah.
We all have them.
From the Rams' vantage point, the Rams reporter for ESPN headline reads, "Steep price for Ramsey doesn't fix Rams' issues on offense." And that's the problem. They gave up 2 first-rounders and a 4th-rounder for Ramsey, who, no one argues how good he is. Just how good is he is questionable, but we know he's a great football player. Sources say the Rams intend to sign Ramsey to a long-term extension, and that Ramsey, who's been inactive in the past 3 games with the Jaguars because of a back issue, is expected to pass his physical, could be available as soon as Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons.
Likely, they did not add, because there's nothing wrong with him.
Just FYI, that is a bad look, but whatever.
For Jalen, you mean?
Yes. But we all, it's what we all thought. Though Ramsey's presence could immediately bolster a defense that includes Aaron Donald, the compensation to acquire him means the Rams will go 5 years without a first-round draft pick. Jared Goff was the last player the Rams selected with a first-round pick. 17 went to Tennessee. 18 went to New England. Last April, the Rams traded out of the first round, and now they've given up 2 more. The Rams will explore trade options to further bolster their offensive line, though enticing trade capital could be thin, or maybe they'll develop their own young players. So far this season, line has struggled. Questions remain about the development of the young players selected in the mid to late rounds, including the center, Brian Allen, the left guard, Joe Noteboom. They let Sullivan and Saffold go, and Noteboom is now out for the year. Backup guard Jamil Demby started in place of right guard Austin Blythe in week 3, and he'll take over now on the left side. So what they decide to do will be interesting, but the Rams have to fix that offensive line as well. Remember, I think they only threw, and this was stunning to me, they only threw for 78 yards on Sunday. And Jared Goff.
Well, because, the week before they lost to Tampa Bay, and or a couple weeks before. I don't remember the exact timing, and they, threw for 1,000,000 yards and lost. It's like that. I said this about the Jags. It concerns you. You lose trust in how good your team is if you can lose a 1 week 44-40 and the next week 13-6.
Yeah,
that makes you, and that's kind of what the Rams have done. They lost 1 week, 55-45, and then the next week 20-7.
Jared Goff has thrown 246 passes already this year. That is over 40 a game, 40 pass attempts a game. So he's averaging 290 yards a game, but he has 7 touchdowns and 7 picks. He's been sacked 12 times. His rating is 80. Now, I don't know enough about the Rams and haven't seen enough about the Rams. I had said earlier this year that I thought Goff was not playing as well as he has and struggling a bit. I think it's probably a combination of factors, but I think for the Rams to feel good, I think they're blaming the offensive line a great deal because Goff's not playing well, and you don't want to blame Goff yet. So you blame the offensive line, and now you, of course, know Todd Gurley, and away you go.
The Gurley injury has really derailed him because when the Rams were the best team in the league, 12 games into last year, Gurley was healthy. And once he lost his health, even though C.J. Anderson came in and did, the Rams changed.
They changed.
They weren't as good.
Gurley was an MVP candidate, though, through those first 10 games last year, wouldn't you say?
I would. Yeah. I would. Something that is fed off of this news yesterday is now this notion, well, now you got to go pay Yannick Ngakoue.
Mm-hmm.
But correct me if I'm wrong. When that whole thing was going on, didn't the Jags and Caldwell say we gave him the best deal, we offer the best offer we're comfortable offering, or something to that effect?
Again?
Didn't the Jaguars say when it fell through last time, or the word was that
what fell through?
A potential extension with Jan.
Oh.
That the Jags offered, that they weren't holding back. That's what they felt the value was, and that's what they offered?
Yes.
So how is that? So I'm wondering.
How is that going to change?
Yeah, is there really, will this really affect, will Jalen's trade affect Jan being re-signed?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Let's take one call before we break.
All right.
Got to be a quick one.
All right.
And it's Doc on line 2.
What's up, Doc?
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, guys. Well, I feel sorry that we have to part ways like this with Jalen Ramsey, but a lot of times when coaches and the owners, when they cut players, we don't feel remorse for them, like this, because this happens all the time. It's just on the other end. He's just taking a little control of his life, too.
Right.
But the way he did it was wrong.
That's the thing. Again, if you just have a holdout in the offseason like everyone else does and see if you can force your way out, that's one thing. But to shove it up your teammates and your entire organization's rear end by doing it in season was so weak. And it says a lot about Jalen's character, if you ask me. It tells you a lot about who Jalen Ramsey is, which we knew already. Anyone who's been in the league for a whole whopping 2 years and feels like he can go in a magazine and criticize MVPs like he's better than them is an ass. And, maybe we should go back and look what he said about Jared Goff, because Jared, congratulations. He's your ass now. This is The Drill. It is a Wednesday brought to you by CPR Contracting. We make the turn for home next.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
The weekend starts early with Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Rehabilitation Football Friday night with insight into the top local prep games and recruits. Saturday's biggest showdowns and each NFL Sunday. Friday from 3 till 7 on 1010XL.
Hey Googans, I'm Lance, former Navy SEAL with 180 Products. When my baby girl had skin issues that couldn't be solved with mainstream products, I created one of my own. I continued researching and experimenting and was able to create amazing products to help ease other symptoms our family experienced. Now I am happy to share those products with you. We make our products right here in Jacksonville with all natural organic ingredients. Visit 180products.com today and see how we can help you. That's 180products.com.
I can't tell you how many times I've been asked, Lee, do I have to take the breath test? Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett. The decision is yours and you should know your options. If you agree to blow and you blow over the limit, your license will be suspended even without being convicted of the DUI. They won't tell you that. If you blow a .15 or above, you'll be subject to harsher penalties. They won't tell you that either. Now you know. Know before you blow. Call Lockett Law for a free case analysis. 858-9818. Office is Jacksonville. Know before you blow.
Football season is here, and you know what that means, right?
It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has odds on every game and more prop bets than any other sports book. And absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Did you know you can bet on games after kickoff or parlay your picks to score a huge profit on a small wager? At MyBookie, you can. Don't play on some no-name sports book. If you're going to bet this football season, be smart. Bet with the best at MyBookie.ag. Sign up today and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to wager on your favorite teams. Use promo code RADIO right now to get your exclusive double your money offer. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
Let's have lunch with Leon.
Got any fried chicken?
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
Weekdays from noon till 1:30. Brought to you by Wingstop.
Now I'm really hungry.
On 1010XL.
Marine Max Jacksonville Beach and Grady White Boats are both ready to get you on the water today. Grady White is celebrating 60 years of providing the ultimate boat ownership experience. Whether you are a hardcore fisherman or just want to enjoy cruising Northeast Florida waters, Grady White has 27 models from 18 to 45 feet to choose from. Visit Marine Max Jacksonville Beach,